It's twilight, and the fox mystics are using their powers to gather ingredients for their potions. Will you be able to outwit, or outfox, your rival mystics? Nocturne is a puzzly, spatial bidding and set collection game set in a moonlight forest, illustrated by Beth Sobel. From the team that brought you Calico, Cascadia, and Fit to Print, this Lucy Award-winning game, designed by David Iezzi and developed by the Flatout Games Collab, is a delightfully interactive puzzle with a highly competitive spatial bidding mechanism on a shared play area. Rules are simple and can be taught in just a few minutes. Let's venture into the forest to see how it's played. In Nocturne, each player takes on the role of a powerful fox mystic, casting spells to collect an assortment of enchanted items. Every turn, you must decide which items are most valuable to you, where you will cast your spells, and when to hold the other mystics back by outwitting them on the forest grid. Over 2 rounds, Twilight and Moonlight, players compete to collect the strongest sets of magical items, like firebird feathers, creature skulls, glowing mushrooms, mysterious eggs, and rare herbs. These items have a value when collected in specific sets, but can also be combined to fulfill recipes needed for concoctions, scoring you even more prestige. There are also special items like mirror stones, cursed treasure chests, and rune stones that grant additional powers and help to complete even stronger sets. Players begin each round with a set of numbered tokens that represent their spells of different strengths. These tokens are used to cast spells and bid on a grid of items and special action tiles on the forest floor. Once you cast a spell, other players will have an opportunity to cast a more powerful spell onto an adjacent item spot. As the forest is explored, different conditions of magical control will restrict pathways, leading to strategic situations where players can corner cast, securing multiple items with their less powerful spells by occupying a space where there are no adjacent spots to cast onto. Anytime, if you're unsuccessful at winning a tile with your spell, it can be dedicated to the forest sprites. The items on the forest sprite board are collected at the end of the Twilight and Moonlight rounds by players who have made the most powerful dedications. Casting the strongest magic will gain players many different types of items. Some, like feathers, mushrooms, or eggs, will score for their set collection. Others, like mirror stones, will duplicate an existing item. Each player begins the game with a secret concoction goal, but winning a rune stone allows players to draw additional concoction cards to score for recipe fulfillment. Take a cursed chest, and you get the superpower of drawing 3 item tiles and choosing one. But beware, the cursed chest is also a negative point at the end of the game. Each round, players will also gain points if they achieve specific goals. Twilight goals are scored by the first person to achieve them, while Moonlight goals can be scored by multiple players. Many of these goals include a spatial puzzle element and provide points for controlling particular spaces on the forest grid. At the end of 2 rounds, players will score their sets of items, their concoctions, and all Twilight and Moonlight goals. Players also have the option of using their specific fox's power once in the game. If they do not, they will receive an additional 2 points at the end of the game. The setup of the forest grid, the variability of the Twilight and Moonlight goals, and concoction cards means that no 2 games of Nocturne will play out the same. Different spatial goals and situations will necessitate different strategies and tactics to outwit your opponents in this highly interactive and unique spatial bidding game. Nocturne plays up to 4 players and also has a super simple solo mode, so you can play anytime. Nocturne and the rest of our previously released games have become popular because of their high-quality game design, product design, and overall experience. This game will diversify any collection because it takes spatial puzzles to a new level.